there, it's me, Katie. Do you love giving gift cards for the holidays, but feel like it's a little bit of an impersonal gift? You'd like to make sure that the recipient knows that you put some thought into it. Well, today we're going to make this cute little gift card holder that will let the gift recipient know that you did think about them and put a little bit of time into preparing their gift. When you open this one up, you'll see inside there's a slot to hold a gift card. This is my mock gift card that I keep here in my stamp studio just for sizing up things like this. And yeah, let's get started making this. Now, all of the instructions are also in the printable PDF, so don't worry about trying to scribble anything down while I'm talking. You're going to start with a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Really, you could use any color. I just picked Whisper White, 4 by 9 5/8. And let me get some things out of my way. I'm going to grab my Simply Scored tool and place that right up against that top edge. And we're going to score the cardstock using the smaller end of the stylus at 1 3/4, 4 1/2, 5 3/4, and 7. Alright, we'll set that aside and go ahead and fold on our score lines and give it a good crease with your bone folder. And you'll notice I'm just folding back and forth. So that you end up with this mountain fold right in the center. Okay, and that's going to become the slot where your gift card is going to go. Now your next step, you're going to take your gift card or credit card, you know, if you haven't purchased the gift card yet, they're pretty much all the same size, and lay it, fold on that mountain fold like that. Lay your gift card on top so that you can get a size, and using a pencil make a tiny, tiny little mark on each end. Okay, just teeny little marks on each end, and that is going to give us a guide for where to cut. And grab your word window punch, turn that fold towards you now. This is your folded edge, and put your cardstock inside the word window, and you should just be able to see that guideline that you made just on the edge of the punch. And we're going to punch just half of the word window. Okay? And then we're going to come over to the other side and do the same thing. Find that mark, bring it in just a little so that it's right on the edge of it. Cut, punch half of the word window, and you'll end up with something like this. Okay? Now you'll just grab your scissors and trim off that extra little point that you've got going on. Just like that. Okay, if it's not quite straight, you know, you can fudge it a little bit. Alright. Now next, you're going to grab your large oval punch and turn your cardstock. You can start to see how this is going to come together. You're going to have your mountain fold here with the slot for your gift card. This is your bottom flap, and then this will come up and over. So this is the outside flap. You want that towards you at this point. Okay? Now you're going to take your large oval punch, turn it over, and place it inside this slot that you've made. I know this looks really strange right now, but just trust me on this one. And we're going to punch, I've got a little scrap there. We're going to punch just half an oval. And I'll show you why in just a second, okay? So that way you have a slot that looks like this now. Let me put something colored behind it. There you go. That's easier to see. All right? Sort of that keyhole look. And what that does for you, when you put your finished gift card holder together, gives you a spot that you can get your finger in. And you can also slide that card in a little easier since you have that opening in the front. Okay? So now is a good time. We'll go ahead and grab Fast Fuse. And we'll flip this whole deal over. Again, at this point, it doesn't really matter. There's no front and back yet. And you're going to put the Fast Fuse as close to this score line as possible. So you want to stick these two sections together. And always make a check mark move to cut it off. Okay, so I have my Fast Fuse inside the score line here. And we'll just fold that together, just like that. And now we have our slot that our gift card should fit right in. At this point, go ahead and give it a test drive before you go ahead and embellish it. Okay, make sure that everything fits nicely. Make sure that it goes in deep enough that your flaps will close. Okay, now we can finish out our project. You'll want to grab your stamps at this point. I'm using Lots of Joy, and I love that little saying, wishing you lots and lots of joy. We're going to stamp that inside using the Memento Tuxedo Black. Alright, just like that. And you want to do this step before you start adding layers so that it doesn't get bumpy on you. And we'll set that aside. Now we can go ahead and add the cut pieces of Designer Series paper. And this is totally your choice how you want to decorate your gift card holder. The paper that I'm using is from the Merry Moments Designer Series paper collection. You've got this small piece here that goes on the front flap. And I like leaving just that little border of white on there. And then you've got the two other larger sections. One's bigger than the other. And flip them over, do whatever you like. I think I'm going to leave the Christmas tree showing here. And let's see, how does that look when I put that together? I think I like the combination of the plaid and the red. So we'll do that. Again, mix and match, make it your own. Okay, just like that. And at this point it's already pretty cute, but I think it needs a little bit more. So we'll set it aside just for a moment. I'm going to grab a scrap of Whisper White and a Mossy Meadow stamp pad and this fun plaid Christmas tree, also from Lots of Joy. And we're going to stamp that tree 3 times. But we're not going to re-ink. So we're going to stamp, and then to get the maximum number of trees on my cardstock, I'm going to flip it over, stamp again, and then flip it over and stamp a 3rd time. And that way I get 3 different shades out of one stamp pad. go ahead and grab your Christmas tree punch. We're going to punch those trees out. Always punch upside down. That way you can line up your stamped image perfectly inside your punch. Right? And now we need one more stamped image, and that's the Merry Christmas. And again, this one is also from the Merry Moments stamp set. I'm sorry, Lots of Joy stamp set. I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas using the Memento Black stamp pad, just on a scrap of Whisper White. And we'll punch that out using the extra large oval punch. This is the bigger one. Originally we used this one for the inside flap. And punch that out. You can also stamp this with Cherry Cobbler or Mossy Meadow. We're going to grab Stampin' Dimensionals and put one on the back of the darkest tree near the bottom of the tree, and then the medium colored tree, medium shade tree, also near the bottom. And then the lightest colored tree, we're just going to attach that one using Snail. And this one we're going to place on the top. Okay, so this one gets attached to the top flap about 2/3 of the way from the left side. Okay, make sense? And then trim off the excess of that tree so that it's even with the bottom of the flap. And now our two stamped trees with the dimensionals already attached, we're going to place those so that they're attached to the bottom flap. Like this. Put those as far down as you can get them without hanging over. And this is how your holder will open. And let's go ahead and attach that Merry Christmas sign as well. We use a dimensional, and at this time go ahead and place the dimensional on the base because it's much easier than trying to line up where it's going to go on here. You don't want to risk attaching the top and bottom together. Okay, so we'll take off that paper cover and stick that Merry Christmas right on top like that. And your gift card holder's done. It opens up just by curling it open like this, and to close it just like that. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed making these gift card holders with me. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all of my latest videos, and have a great day.